Yo, what's up, everybody? Chris here from Fake Sports News, back at it again with another video. Today I'm going to be bringing you guys a quick recap as to what happened during today's matches, that of course being Friday's matches of day 2 of the Optic Chicago home series, as well as what you guys can expect going into day 3, of course, of the Optic Chicago home series. Now, we kicked things off with the Dallas Empire taking on the London Royal Ravens, and you guys know I was expecting this one to be pretty close. I really like the new rosters for both teams. I think that both teams considerably improved in this last off season or off period, if you will, between Major 3 and, of course, Stage 4. So the London Royal Ravens picked APOC Map 1, which is their best hardpoint map. They are 4-0 on it currently, and they improved to 5-0. They beat the Empire 250 at 209. They played this map once, and then they played it again after like a 2-hour break. So, yeah, there were technical difficulties. The CDL and technical difficulties. Name a better duo. Me and stuttering. That's a better duo. So the second map in the matchup. Excuse me. See, best duo of all time was Express S&D, and of course the Empire took this one 6-5 in a really close round 11. Shotzi just outplayed Afro and Shawnee, and he took ankles. Honestly, he took ankles like Bucks are taking the New York Knicks ankles right now. Let's not talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a down bad Knicks fan, but we are finally back in the playoffs. So, yeah, I'm watching the game on the side here. So if you see me look to the side and maybe react a little bit, that's what's going on. So, yeah, the grind never stops. So, of course, map 3, we saw Gary Control. And of course, the Ravens 3-0, the Empire. Gary Control has been a very, very strong map and mode for them. And that's one of their best combinations. They're very strong on Gary and they're very strong in control. You guys know I was expecting the Ravens to walk away with the control. I wasn't expecting it to be a 3-0, though. I thought it'd be a little bit closer. I thought it'd maybe be a 3-1 in favor of the Ravens. But they are clearly one of the best control teams in the game right now. And they proved it again today. I think they're 5-1 maybe in control in their last 6. So they've been on an absolute tear. Same in hardpoint, they were 6-1, I believe, going into the Moscow, which was of course map 4, the Garrison, which was map 4, which Empire won by 6 points. That one was really close. It could have gone in favor of the Ravens. I was really grateful that it didn't. Afro was going absolutely insane. Love to see that for that guy. Afro is an absolute beast. And Alex put up some great numbers as well in the series, but Afro was the KD leader, I believe, in hardpoint and search. So happy to see that. He had a great debut. This is, of course, his pro debut, and it couldn't have gone better for him. Now, in the game 5 on standoff, the Empire looked great. They walked away with it 6-2, and they absolutely dominated. Shotzi looked great. They played through him, and he was just getting kills left and right. So that was really great to see on the side of the Empire. Their search has improved a lot, honestly, and you guys know I was expecting Vivid to really make the difference in search because that was the Empire that was the mode the Empire was severely lacking in. Now, looking ahead to our next matchup, this will be a pretty quick recap. My Optic Chicago boys, they finally are starting to pull it together at the right time. They're peaking at the right time in the year, and they beat the Rokkr 250 to 238 on Moscow Hardpoint, which is one of their weaker hardpoints lately. So I was happy to see them pull that out. They started off really hot, and then Rokkr started to bring it back. Major Maniac was going absolutely insane. Kind of ironic I'm wearing the Rokkr jersey right now, considering those two teams played. But I had to wear something for, of course, preview tomorrow's matches, and Rokkr is the only team whose gear I own going into tomorrow's matches. So decided to wear the Optic underneath my Rokkr jersey. Wearing the Optic right here. Have my Knicks jersey on underneath this Rokkr jersey as well. You know, I gotta support my guys. So happy to see that, of course, Optic bounced back. I'm happy to see that the Rokkr performed well. You guys know I love this Rokkr team, and I'm just happy to see that they are looking somewhat good, right? Obviously, 3-0 is not what they expected, but you know, this is a new team. They are getting their first reps in on pro servers, and they looked okay against a really hot Optic team. So good takeaways from them. Of course, going into tomorrow, we'll see how that goes, but more on that in a second. Now, map 2 was standoff S&D. Of course, Optic smoked them. It was 6-2 in favor of them. So we had 2 6-2s on standoff S&D. Of course, that being a game 2 for Optic, game 5 for Dallas. So if you're Optic or Dallas, you would say, okay, standoff's a good map for us. We play it well, and we like to see it. So great showing for Optic. You guys know I was expecting them to continue their S&D dominance over the Rokkr, and that's what happened. Now in control, Optic 3-0'd. It was raid control. That's been one of their best controls all year long. I believe they're 10-5 on it. They were 10-5 going into it, and of course they improved to 11-5 after this 3-0. So great showing for them on control. And Rokkr, I mean, this is a new team, so they have a lot of room to improve. And yeah, that brings me to my segue for tomorrow's first match, where we will see Rokkr taking on the Paris Legion. Personally, I think the Legion walk away with this one. They were very close to taking FaZe down the other day, of course, that being on Thursday. So I think that tomorrow they'll get the job done. I think they beat the Rokkr, let's call it 3-1. And I think, honestly, Zaptius, he's just that guy. He really is. He's the player that they needed. We saw against FaZe, he was playing very, very well, played them very tight. And I think tomorrow they walk away with the win as a result of a great performance from Zaptius. I think, of course, Paris take the hard point. I think Minnesota actually take the control. And honestly, I think Paris take the search as well. Probably standoff search gets through again, unless Minnesota is able to veto it. But it's either Express or, of course, standoff, in my opinion. And either one favors Paris. I like the way that they play. I like their sub pressure. But we'll see how it goes. Maybe Minnesota take that one, and of course Paris take the control. They looked pretty good on control when they played FaZe. It was just really small mistakes that they made that led to FaZe winning. So I think they'll win the control if Minnesota take the search. But if not, then the inverse will be true, in my opinion. And of course, Minnesota will take the search and then lose control. I really wasn't too convinced with what I saw from them today. So going into tomorrow, barring an insane performance from some of their players, I think that Paris locked that up. And of course, in the second hard point, I think Paris take that as well, but I think it'll be close on the side of Minnesota. So I say 3-1 in favor of the Legion. Might surprise some of you guys, but I really do like this roster with, of course, Zap being added into the mix, and I think they're going to be cold-blooded throughout the rest of the stage. Now, our second match for the day, we will see the Los Angeles Thieves taking on the Seattle Surge. And of course, the Thieves, they made a big roster move, putting Hook back on the bench, question mark, and keeping Venom, question mark. You guys know, I don't even have to say it at this point. You guys watch my videos. You know I have not been high on Venom this season. He's a great player. Do not get me wrong. I just don't think it's the right fit. I'm going to keep saying it. I don't think it's the right fit. I think on a team like Seattle, he would have been more beneficial. Oh my God, the Knicks are getting blown out. Regain. I think on a team like Seattle, he would have been more beneficial. But yeah, I just I don't know. I think TJ definitely needed to be brought back into this LA Thieves team, but I don't think benching Hook makes any sense. I think TJ and Hook would have made a lot of sense, honestly. But I don't know. Maybe the coaching staff knows something we don't about the synergy of that team and just the team comp. So we'll see how it goes. But as it stands, honestly, I think Surge get a win tomorrow. I really do. I think they win at 3-2. I think it's going to be a close series, and I think they're going to trade blows back and forth. I think Thieves are kind of in a weird place. They're going to be trying to find their footing in the series tomorrow. There's a chance they come out really hot in smoke. Of course, the Surge. But honestly, I like the addition of Classic to the roster. I think Classic was a piece that the Surge needed to really have some consistency in their series and to win series behind his performances. Of course, he's going to be more decisive play caller, and he's going to give them the edge in respawn and S&D, in my opinion. So that's why I have it going 3-2 in favor of the Surge. I think that Classic will really be the difference maker in this team. Looney was a great IGL, of course, but he just didn't have the slaying power that a player like Classic had. And Classic will also open up the map for Prasini in a way that we haven't really seen in a while for Prasini. Of course, we saw it on Florida last year. And, you know, I think that Classic is the piece that they really need to kind of unlock Prasini's slaying power as a sub, and he just needs some backup. So I'm looking forward to this series tomorrow. This is the series I have circled on the schedule, and I think this is going to be the best series of the day. Now, I think that the Seattle Surge side, they have improved considerably with Classic, but honestly, you can't take away from the Thieves. They have really good momentum on their side. They've had some pretty solid performances, barring the major performance. That was kind of an anomaly. I just think they worked Toucan a little too early. They should have just rode out the stage with TJ and then brought him in place of Venom, in my opinion. But we'll see how it goes. As it stands, I think 3-2 Surge, though. I think Surge take opening hard point. I think Thieves take S&D. I think Surge take, the second hard point, and I think Thieves take control, and I think Surge take the second S&D. So looking ahead to our last series, we of course will have the New York Subliners taking on the LA Gorillas, and I think at the end of the series we will see Clay do this, and Paco might do it too. So I think it's a 3-0 for the Subliners. I think the Gorillas are a great team, but change for Vivid, I still just don't agree with it, honestly. I think the subliners are too hot to handle for the LA Gorillas, though. I mean, they're coming off a second place finish at the major, and I think they're going to come out tomorrow trying to make a statement, trying to put the league on notice, saying, hey, we are still one of the best teams in this league. We just got second. Don't forget about us. If you do, we're going to absolutely embarrass your team. So I think with that in mind, I think the New York subliners come out hot and they 3-0. Honestly, in my mind, with the form that they were in at the major, I just don't think the LA Gorillas are in the same league. And I think, I think subliners come out really hot and, like I said, make a statement. So yeah, guys, be sure to tune into all the action tomorrow if you want a quick recap of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking 3-1 Legion, 3-2 Surge, and 3-0 Subliners. So yeah, guys, be sure to tune into all the COD tomorrow. Don't forget to also tune into my new series on the chat's Twitter and YouTube channel called The Call Out, where I give you guys more brief previews of what to expect going into tomorrow's matches. I'm not going to give recaps in those videos anymore because I want to be able to put them on social media, and it's just too long with recaps. So yeah, guys, be sure to check that out. And honestly, I hate the fact that Clip It isn't a thing because YouTube clips can't be saved. So if anybody knows how to save YouTube clips, please just DM me and let me know. I can't figure out a way to do it. Honestly, I like the positioning of this Rokkr logo with my head too. It's kind of fire. Just an aside, sorry. I'm rambling way too much in this video, and the next had me distracted. So sad face. Um, yeah, guys, I'll just about wrap it up for me, though, for real this time. Hope you guys enjoy all the COD tomorrow. Hope you have a great morning, noon, or night, wherever you may be on this beautiful planet. And I will catch you guys on the next video. Once again, this has been Chris from Fake Sports News. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. Share it with a friend if you really, really, really enjoyed it, or if you just want to support the boy. And I'll catch you on the next video. Peace out, y'all.